All right, everybody, welcome to our team Zoom for, it's March 6th, 2018. This is Tracy Anderson. I'm a Gold Elite 2 from the Seattle, Washington area. And tonight we have a super lineup. This is probably our most exciting call ever. We are going to start out with Asma Ishaq. She's our, I don't even know if I'm saying your last name right, Asma, but she's our CEO. And then we're going to follow that up with Sara Weaver, who is a gold team leader from Alberta, Canada. And she has a phenomenal, inspiring stories, how she's overcome some huge obstacles in her life and how this company and these products have had an impact on her. And then we're going to close it out with Anna Woodward. And Anna has just this perfect way of just taking everything that she hears and wrapping it up in a beautiful bow and tying it all together. So it's going to be a great call. We are recording it. So just to tell you a little bit about Asma, all right? This is just very exciting to me. I consider her the total package. She's brings just vast experience and knowledge to from our industry to this company, right? She's a product innovator and formulator, including our award-winning and multi-patented liquid biocell products. That's pretty exciting. She understands the vision of and the power of multi-level marketing because she was the co-founder of Juiceroo, which was a multi-level marketing company also. So she brings that experience to the table. She also has an MBA in finance and marketing, which is huge, right? So that really, I think, brings the whole package together as the CEO of our company. And she's served on the board of the DSA, on the board of directors there. So I just can't even think of a more complete package. And as Anna was saying, and I was going to say this as well, almost 80% of this industry is women, but only 4% of the CEOs in this industry are women. So we are very fortunate that she is focused on all us tonight, and that she is, belongs to Modere. So Asma, we can't wait to hear what you have to say and to share with us tonight. So thank you very much. Okay, go ahead and unmute yourself. Oh, let me go ahead and do that for you, Asma. Hang on. There we go. There we go.
Okay, that's better. Perfect. Okay, well, thank you so much for everyone being on the call tonight. I'm so happy to be here. And Tracy, thank you for the invitation, for being on your Zoom. I was so excited, and happens to be Tuesday nights are my international days. So I usually have call after call after call in the evenings with our Australia team and our Japan team. And I start off on the Europe calls on Tuesday morning. So this is a great way for me to kind of put a bow on this entire, plan for the day. And I will tell you that day by day, things are more and more exciting as far as, everything that we're doing around here. I feel like I've immersed myself in the last 6 weeks in all the different things that matter, and so it's been an incredible experience to work with our teams, to work with our departments, to make sure that all of our visions and our, goals and everything, all the objectives are all aligned, because there's nothing worse than having, if you have a vehicle, you can draw an analogy to making, whether or not all wheels have to be spinning at the same rate for you to have optimal speed and to be able to go where you really want to go. And so that was kind of what I've been doing, is making sure that that alignment is here within our corporate team, within our executive team, with our owners at Z Capital, who are extremely supportive of everything that we're doing, and the big vision for 2018 and beyond. So all of those things are in line, and obviously we've had a number of different SRCs throughout the first quarter. Next, I think in 2 weeks, actually go to Japan, so that'll be the number 4 out of 4 SRCs that we have at the beginning of the year. So that'll be a nice accomplishment to have under our belt as well. And then the rest of this year, we still have a few different surprises that we still need to kind of reveal to you about a number of different things that we're making in light of, and actually in support of, helping you as social marketers in the spirit of duplication, because nothing can probably contribute to your growth than for us to be so focused on making sure that you have the tools that you need. So coming from the direct selling industry, obviously our company, merging and being acquired by Modere early last year, it's one of the things that is common amongst all of the most successful companies out there, that they have a really clear system and duplication tools that no one is intimidated by, and that everyone on their very first day can join and know what to do. So that's the biggest gift that I think us as a company can do possibly for you. We already have the best products in the entire industry. Hands down, we know that. We already have the right kind of platform. We're 5 years ahead of most companies as far as this focus on customers go. A lot of companies scrambling to be able to, accomplish those kinds of objectives with their compensation plan and adjustments and all those kinds of things to drive behavior toward real customer sales, which is an important part of the FTC's guidelines that was issued earlier this year. We have all of those things in place, and right now I think one of the best gifts that we can give to you is how we are kind of adjusting our focus to make sure that we have everything that a brand new person joining your team would need to be able to build a business and focus on a core, not just core product, but that duplication cycle that'll repeat and repeat for them to be able to grow teams and grow customers in the process. So obviously we have no issues with being able to get the number of customers in our pursuit whatsoever. And so I think we're making sure that we deliver upon the kinds of tools that all of you need. So I know that that's a little vague, because we're kind of we're working on that. We're assessing it. We're identifying it. You'll probably hear, our amazing Elite 3 leader, Justin Prince, even talking about it, because the advisory board is highly involved in being able to deliver the system to you and to make sure that it accomplishes what you want to accomplish in our business as well. So it gives me great excitement to be able to take that and be able to move into our next level with this company. And it's actually really fun to be able to do it as well. So I can't wait to see, all of the reaction from all of you as each one of these tools becomes available to you over the course of the next 2 and 3 months. We're putting in the time and effort to make sure that those things get delivered. So aside from that, the platform is really this, which is that if we focus on making sure that our standards of excellence are here and well established within the fabric of our company, and make sure that we are focused on being able to deliver the social marketer and the customer experience that all of you need, then that's a winning combination for us to accelerate even beyond the enormous amount of success we've already achieved. So those are some of the things that we're working on. We also, just today, I got to put together a little video with our Director of Social Marketer Success here in North America, Mandy Cloward, for the International Women's Day on March 8th. So it gives me great pride to be able to work with all of you as women for a few reasons alone. It really comes down to the fact that I can empathize with the struggle. Like I get it. It's hard. It's so difficult to do your daily life, raise your children, be so spread out and so thin, and to be taken advantage of and not to be able to, all of those kinds of things are real. And those are the kinds of things that we deal with as women, having to wear so many multiple hats. And sometimes you just need empathy, and encouragement from others. So I feel like we're developing this community here, all of us together, and also because we know that that is a driver of success and motivation for people. So that sincerity and being able to want to be able to help each of you comes from just my ability to empathize with how difficult it is. So if anything, we just want to make sure that those struggles are easier for you and be able to give you the tools that you need to make your business building as easy as possible. So we love your feedback and your support and your constant commitment to helping us get better. We see that in all of you. And every time you write a note or write a letter or anything like that, it doesn't go for granted. Those are all efforts in helping us to become as good as we possibly can. So we appreciate you so much, so very much, for your loyalty, your partnership. We wouldn't be here without you, and we are so fortunate to have the highest quality leaders and field in the entire industry. I have not been able to see the kinds of things that we have here at Modere. So kudos to all of you. Congratulations on being that how you represent our brand. I'm proud of you.
Thank you, Asma. We appreciate you so very much, and for taking the time to acknowledge all of us and give us a little bit of insight and vision as to what you have planned for us. I know people are excited. You've dropped little hints about product that's coming down the pipeline. You have all kinds of ideas going forward. Anything you want to elaborate on there for us?
Yeah, well, so I'm a big believer in the big core breakthroughs, right? Like the big winners, right? Where everybody in the industry and the world is talking about us, right? So that's the kind of focus that I have and vision I have to making sure that we deliver to you the kinds of products for you that are those kinds of breakthroughs, because those are the kinds of things that you can really develop a cycle of duplication around. And so we do have something coming up, in the fall this year, which is very, very exciting. We're still kind of in the works with it, so it'll kind of, stay with us until we are at the point where we can share those things with our leadership, and then to be able to introduce that to you at our events. But just know that one of the other things that we also are working on is making sure that those kinds of launches don't get missed, right? They have to have, everyone on this call is a business builder. They have to have the right lead up, the right tease, the right tools, the right videos, the kinds of things that you can send to your team members to get them excited and thrilled about what's coming up and to learn about those things. So training tools and brochures and education that accompany it. I would rather focus on a breakthrough. And that's what I did with BioCell. So I've done this, many times over. Every time we've come out with a product, it was always in its own light a star. And then we always supported it with the tools that you needed to make sure that you were able to build your business with it from the get-go. So we don't want any products to be lost in the mix. We would rather we have an entire catalog of different kinds of lifestyle products that you can use and that you love already. And so we want to make sure we focus again on those powerful punches, to really take your business to the next level. And this is why our distribution channel is so unlike anything else. It is about those kinds of breakthroughs that'll take your business from here and to here. Companies in our channel develop often hundreds of millions of dollars on a single concept, a single story. And so those are the kinds of core competencies that we need to be focused on, because I truly believe that, and of course the supporting materials are just as important and equally as important, right? So the lead up, the launch, the excitement, it's a process. And so that's what we're working on as an internal team, to know that these things must accompany those kinds of breakthroughs to give it justice. And so definitely that's the big plans, and that's what we're working on right now. You'll probably hear about some updates and news over the next couple of months. So when we have our meeting over there on, not in your neck of the woods, Tracy, but just above you in Vancouver in April. So we'll be able to share some new tools with you there. And then, of course, subsequently in Orlando the very next week after that. So I look forward to seeing all of you on the West Coast and the East Coast. So,
well, I have to say that that's just music to our ears, to, the thought of another hero product, because believe me, this team knows how to sell those things, but to have the right tools and the right build up leading up to that is just, and to have the right, inventory also, right, is going to be, that's something that we can all wrap our minds around and get very excited about. So that is such good news. Now, just real quick, Asma, I know that you've got probably lots of things to do, but because we have such a huge Canadian audience on this Zoom tonight, is that I understand that you've got lots of inroads in Canada already. You've had them, a history with Canada. So what do we have to look forward to moving forward as we really grow in Canada?
So we are in the process of registering even additional products in Canada. We're also making an effort to the kinds of products that we develop in-house from the very beginning, that we keep in mind the regulations across the globe. So not just Canada, but also make sure that it's applicable and launchable, in Europe, and make sure that we keep in mind the ingredients as well that go into it, so that these things are easy and so that you don't have to wait. I feel so bad. I know it's always this way, you guys, and I'm so sorry. And by the way, I'm like a Canadian at heart. Seriously, I think I should have been born Canadian. I have so much respect for so many things that you guys do right. And my best friend's Canadian, so she kind of has me biased a little bit, but I will tell you that I can tell that there's it's unfortunate, that you end up getting products a little bit later and that they have to go through registration. But we're trying to keep that in mind with the kinds of things and initiatives that we do in the future. So we do have a number of our products, including trim, in the process of registration, so that we can make those products available to you on the ground. You are very important to us, and I know that we've had some challenges to overcome, and little by little we're making that effort, and you probably have seen some improvement over the last couple of months, and we're going to continue to improve and make sure that this year and next winter especially it goes very smoothly, to make sure that you don't have any hiccups in your business.
That's fantastic, Asma. Thank you so much. We appreciate you so much, and maybe, every so often we can get you to come on and spend a few minutes with us moving forward. And I know probably everyone on this Zoom tonight is going to be at the Canada Regional in Vancouver, so we look forward to seeing you there. Right. And we would love to invite you to stay on our call tonight and listen to the rest of it, but we certainly understand if you need to excuse yourself because you've had a long international day as well.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you all. I'm so excited to be there in Vancouver with you, and thanks again for all of your support. I will actually listen in. I'm actually going to switch over to my phone to dial in, but I will be listening in because I can't wait to hear from the others as well.
Okay.
Thank you very much for having me, guys.
Thank you. Yeah. All right, you guys. Next up, we have Sara Weaver. There she is. You can go ahead and unmute yourself, Sara. I can do it for you. Oh, there you go. And hi. Sara is a gold team leader, and she's in Alberta, Canada, and a young mom of 3 little boys. And I just can't wait for you guys to hear what her inspirational story. Go ahead and take it, Sara.
So I hope you can hear me. Just let me know, please. Yeah? Okay, just because the audio is in and out for everyone else, for myself, so I hope that's not how it is for you. It's good? Good, okay. So like Tracy said, my name's Sara Weaver, and I'm from a little town 30 minutes outside of Lethbridge, Alberta. I have 3 little boys, 5, 3, and almost 2. So very busy. I was actually on maternity leave when I was introduced to Modere by a really good friend. And it was, I hemmed and hawed trying to figure out what I could do to not have to go back to work. As at the time I was to go back to work, I was working 12 days on and 2 off. And my boyfriend, he was working 24 and 4. So our kids barely ever saw us, and I didn't find that fair. So when I was introduced to Modere, I was like, hey, this is it. This is what I have to do. I was already starting my own fitness journey in January, and this kind of fit into what I wanted to do in my life. So it was a healthy lifestyle, healthy home. So it was kind of like everything happens for a reason at the right time, and I truly believe in that. One of the biggest impacts that Modere has actually had on my life is my personal growth. I used to be a very shy to myself, kind of just did my own thing, never really opened up to anyone. And with kind of focusing on myself and growing and being able to kind of like have the support from the team and having the uplifting positive atmosphere was huge for me. Being able to open up about the biggest struggle in my life is thanks to Modere and everyone that has supported me along the way with this. And my biggest struggle in my life was addiction. I was addicted for quite a few years, and I never opened up about it. I kind of just put it to the side and just kind of hid it, just because I thought everyone would judge me of who I was before and not who I am now. So with that personal growth, I was able to open up about my addiction. I went on a Facebook Live and pretty much told my whole story and let it all out. I would have never, ever been able to do that before. It took 4 years to gain that strength, and literally just being with Modere for 7 months is when I opened up about it. So that was the biggest impact that it's had on my life, is just growing as a person. Since being able to open up about that and having that impact is I've been able to help others get into rehab and get into recovery and better themselves. So I can't thank enough to each and every one of you to helping me gain my strength to actually open up about it, because it's helped more people than just myself. Sorry, I have notes here because I get nervous. I think the biggest thing too is meeting the people I've met. I don't see it as a business. I see it as a family. Everyone is willing to help you no matter what, and that has been huge. I didn't really have very many friends because I was so to myself and just didn't want to kind of open up. So I've gained a lot of friends through this. Everyone is willing to be there when they can. I can't thank it enough. It's made me who I am today, and that's huge for me. With the products, I started in January 2017, so just over a year ago, and my son actually suffered really bad from dry skin, itchy skin. He had red spots. He was scratched to the point he bleeds, and within 2 to 3 months, I noticed that his skin was a lot healthier. He wasn't scratching. He actually told me, "Mom, I can wear clothes. It doesn't hurt anymore." And for your 4-year-old son to come up to you and tell you that, that was huge. That was a mom win. Like, I was at my wit's end of whatever I could do. I had to find something to help him. So that hit home real close to me, that I could be able to give him a better quality of life. Another is my mom. My mom, she's always been kind of happy. She's never really put herself down. She's always been herself, and she doesn't care what people think. But when she started her fitness journey, she came to me and knew about like the M3 and the trim and stuff. And she said, "I have to give this a try. I need to do something for myself." She's always putting people before herself, and she'd never focus on herself. So she did 90 days of the M3, so the M3 pledge. And then she switched to just trim and burn. And she joined a gym. Nothing I ever thought she would do. Like that, I just never thought she would do it. She actually lost 50 pounds. And now she's gaining lean muscle. She's comfortable in clothes. I've never seen my mom in a dress before, and she wears them as much as possible now. She wears whatever she wants, and that, to me, that's a win. When I see other people winning, that means a lot to me. And considering that it is my mom, and just seeing her love herself, that is huge. I've always wanted to inspire people, and thanks to Modere, I've gained the confidence enough to inspire people. I get messages all the time saying that thank you for everything you do, when I don't even really know what I do. I'm just being me. But because of Modere, I am able to be me. So that it's changed me as a person. It's given me back my life. My future with Modere, I can see it only going up. Yes, there is struggles, but I know what hard struggles, and I know the victory of it. I know how to rise above. I know how to be better than I was before, and nothing can stop me now. I never want to go down again. I'm just going to go up. And that's it.
Wow, Sara, you told that beautifully, and really, honestly, you inspire me, you inspire everybody on this call. So thank you for sharing, and just keep inspiring, others. I mean, you really have a place on this planet to do that. And it just really touched my heart. So you have some new shoes, don't you?
Yes,
Sarah?
I do. Do you want to see them?
I do want to see your new shoes. Are you wearing them?
They're not very far from me. They're just over there.
Go grab them. We
Okay,
did
one second.
attentive not too long ago for the Modere custom branded Converse on a little, like a boot camp that we did. And Sarah was really dedicated to the page and ended up earning herself a pair of high top Converse. Let's see them, Sarah. Woo, sweet. Oh, nice. Oh, you've got your, Sarah Rises. Is that your hashtag? Look at that,
yes.
you guys. Yeah, look at, did you put Modere down the back?
I didn't.
Oh, that's all right. We'll take a Sharpie.
I don't know. Yes, exactly. No, I tried to, I put in that I wanted the back and the sides, and they only did the sides.
Oh,
so I don't know. Yeah, so I will have to get it on there, but I appreciate them. Oh, there's Anna's too. I appreciate them so much.
I've got mine too. That is not handy. Well, thanks again, Sarah.
Thank you.
So from there, we are going to turn it over to the one and only Platinum E3, Anna Woodward, to close this out for us and give us things to think about as we go through our week.
Oh my goodness. What a call tonight. Thank you so much, Tracy, for being such an amazing leader. You guys, everything rises and falls upon leadership in life, and particularly this business. And we have one of the best here in Tracy and the leadership team. First, I want to say, Asma, thank you so very much for joining us. This is believe it or not, my first experience feeling on a personal call with Asma, and I'm looking forward to many, many more. I can tell right now she's collaborative, she's co-creative, and I'm really, really excited. This has been one of my dreams, to be with a company with top field leadership and female leadership. It's just been something that's been important to me. And what do you know, 14 months after coming to Modere, we have a very talented, capable, and experienced in the industry CEO in Asma Ishaq. So I'm excited. And then Sara, come on. You are like the essence of why I do this business. I think one of the things that happens so often for women, just because of the nature of society and how we're oftentimes raised, and we don't hear enough praises and strong, capable messages, not just, oh, isn't she pretty? Isn't she cute? No, I love, isn't she capable? Isn't she strong? Isn't she resilient? And that you're rising up. I love your Sara Rises, that you're rising up and you're feeling that. That's in essence of part of what drives me in this business. I remember sitting at a leadership lunch a couple years ago with a small group, and we had a woman on our team when we were opening up. It was a little group of people that I hadn't normally been able to interact much with, and we met downtown Seattle. And I would say they were all director levels of some kind, director 1s to director 3s. That was about the variety of leadership in the group. And we were opening up about our dreams, and there were tears. I mean, just being asked to share your dream and what does this mean to you, and what's your goal and your hope for your family in 5 years, and your hope for yourself, or one thing you would do for yourself if you gave yourself the opportunity. And I remember her crying because it brought tears to my eyes, because she was a very devoted mother and wife, yet when she walked by a Target shoe rack and saw a pair of shoes for $29, she didn't feel like she was worth it. And right there, I went over and hugged her, and I said, that is the essence of what really this opportunity is all about. When you understand you're worth it, you're worth the investment in yourself, in the personal development, and the time it takes to create a better life for you. If you create a better life for you, you create it for others, and it spills over into your family. Direct sales has helped me in every area hone in and raise my skill set and my appreciation for what I want to bring to my relationships, to my children. And so anyway, I digress, but your story is so empowering, and this is just the beginning for you. So I guess in what Tracy asked me to do, I would just share with you that in all my experience in direct sales, number one, this is a business of cycles, just like life, right? There's cycles in life, just like the seasons, and there's seasons in Modere. And if there's ever a call where I could say, feet firmly planted and, cross my heart, hope to die, stick needle in my eye, I'm not lying, we have the right products, we're with the right company, we're in the right place and the right time with the right people. And that is a priceless combination. So we have some amazing business drivers in front of us. I don't know if you guys have realized it, but I've always looked at when I'm going to build my personal business. And that means if I'm a team leader and wanting to go to director 1 so I can be in the director suite, the party suite in Vancouver or Orlando, that's my business I want to build. Or if I'm director 3 wanting to go elite 1, whatever that stretch and that growth period is, you have to look at, well, I coach, look at what is the company offering us and how can I piggyback and grow at the pace of the company, right? How can I go up? How can I bridge on top of what the company is already offering so I can drive and grow with the company? There's 2 big seasons in direct sales. I don't know why. it just seems there's 2 big seasons. Well, I do know why. I'll share why if you like. But there's 2 big seasons. We are at the very, very onset of the big spring season. And, you know, just like today, the sun was out. I was so excited to hit the lake, go on a power walk, come back, drink my green tea and my little BioCell and, you know, take my vitamins and do all those good things. When the sun comes out and it starts to become spring, we start to have hope. We start to lift our heads out of the doldrum of all that, you know, must-haves and must-dos and all the responsibilities and start look to the dreamers and what's the spring going to hold? Oh my gosh, what's the summer going to hold? And we start doing more and being more social and being more active. The days are longer. It's a perfect opportunity to kind of just start living more daringly, living more greatly in this business. As a result, we have companies who know this about the seasons, who put things like conferences and launches of tools, really, really important, massive tools that are going to help our business right in the middle of this targeted season of growth. So number 1, to know that you're in the right place at the right time with the right products and the right company and the right people and the right leadership going into an event like the tour we've just seen around Canada, and we're going to be in Vancouver next week, Vancouver, British Columbia, as well as going into Vancouver in April, and then I think it's 10 days. I hope it's 10 days later, not a week later. We're going to be in Orlando, Florida together. Those are huge, huge benchmarks to be raising your standards to. I heard Asma mention standards, and I love that she mentioned standards, because when you, as individual social marketers, independent social marketers, I lost y'all. Am I still here? Am I here?
You're still there.
Oh, it disappeared for a minute. When you start initiating standards in your business, you're going to see, not talk about a shift, but you're going to start to see people around you raise their standards. One of the standards I learned early on was a non-negotiable. That's what a standard is. It's something that's non-negotiable, was to be at the national event. And there's a reason for that. And I know that, you know, as Asma also said so very, very eloquently, I had children too. In fact, Sarah, you had the same carbon copy. You have the same carbon copy ages I had, 5, 3, and almost 2 or something. That was my exact same spread. So I understand, especially for moms, and if you're working, the challenge of getting on an airplane, getting childcare, or getting the husband or the mother-in-law or your mom or someone to cover your kids and help you at pickup and share that burden at home, responsibility, not burden, while you go invest in yourself in your future development at a national conference. It's a big sacrifice, but I promise you, this is part of that seasonal growth, that when you make it a standard, what happens is, if you haven't had that moment yet, that light bulb moment, it's probably going to happen for you in Vancouver, or it's probably going to happen for you in Orlando. And as wonderful as Tracy is, as well-spoken and as experienced and gorgeous as Asma is, as much experience as I have, Janine, Mama Janine, our Canadian elite 2 up there, as much as we have all that, we can't give you that experience. There's something about the power of immersion in an event where everybody's focused around the same thing, which is celebrating and then lifting our sights to the next goal for the company and for organizations, but celebrating together, crying together, dreaming together, learning together. It absolutely, there's no replacement for it. And I'll tell you this, for a lot of the gals, including Sarah, who are new to the business, early on in my career, I got started in a company which has some similarities to Modere. And I was part-timer. I was 1 foot in and 1 foot out. And busy kids. I didn't have the full picture. I did not go to the first national conference. And I knew as soon as my associates and my sponsor got a limo to the airport and went to the Vegas, that their conference was in Vegas. As soon as they did that, I knew I let myself down. And I told my husband, next year, it's non-negotiable. I'm going to that conference. Well, I went the next year, and it was just me. There was no one on my team to go with me. It was just me. My one business builder had a full-time job, and she couldn't get the time off. So it was just me and my upline. I came back, and within 9 months, I was the equivalent of a Director 3 going to Elite 1. The light bulb went off. And when the light bulb went off for me, I became unstoppable. I became bulletproof. My armor was so thick. A no couldn't penetrate it. Somebody quitting couldn't penetrate it. A bump in the distribution line couldn't penetrate it. I was absolutely going to go to the top, and it happened at that conference. So that's why when we look at building this business and the cycles and the seasons, we're at the very beginning of a cycle where you can create so much growth and momentum and movement in your business that it really comes down to how big is your appetite. You know, how big can you dream? And going into a conference as well at the highest level you can possibly achieve before going into that conference is huge, because then we get to celebrate. Then you get the pat on the back and you get to cross the stage, and and then we look ahead. I always learn, don't read your press clippings too long, right? Go look to the future, to the next stage and phase you want to be in the next season for your business. So we have the spring, which, as I said, it's just the beginning. And this team has been in growth, It's been in activity. It's been focused for the exact amount of time leading up till now, where I see the next 90 days being explosive for this organization. All right. You have had very little distractions. The distractions you have had, you've managed like pros. You are clear on your mission. The leaders have, crystal clear vision. They have, they know how to bring the right leaders on and create the right environment. You guys, the sky's the limit. And I think Modera is going to bring in some pieces next month. That's going to help. Now we go into the summer. While we want to have such a strong spring, it's because we go into the summer, and what do we say at the beginning? We're a company of 90% women, 80% women, and so many of us have kids, and guess what? It's summer vacation, and they're home, and those cute little bundles of joy cherubs are distractions. So what happens the summertime is, you can still grow, people can still, rank advance and earn escapes and collect those points and build those pods, absolutely. But by and large, there's a lot more distractions called sunshine, cottages by the lake. My Canadian friends, I know that's your thing. Just is a lot more family, and it's just the season to kind of relish. Then we make our bid again for the fall, which has me so excited hearing from Asma that she has a little special wow product up her sleeves that she's targeting for that next season of immense growth, which is the fall. So this is going to be your cycle. Then the fall usually goes through December. As you've seen with Modera, we do a tremendous Black Friday, tremendous Cyber Monday, 12 days of Christmas. And they ran oh my gosh, I've never seen a product company drive so many excellent promotions to the end consumer like Modera did to finish out the year so strong. So we're just setting for that spring run. And again, what I'll share with you is this. Look to the national conferences, because they're always they're at targeted times in the season where you want to capitalize your run up. I said to somebody today, there's no substitute for getting cheeks and seats in Orlando or Vancouver. There's just no substitute. If you can't be in Orlando, 88 degrees by the pool, it's going to be a lot of fun perks there too, but be in Vancouver because and help your team register now and make it happen. I talked to a girl today who has 5 in a room. Like in the industry, those who know, it's just non-negotiable. The magic of bringing your team to an event like that. Now, here's what I'll share with you as I kind of close out here, because I don't have much more, Tracy. But as you build this season called spring, what's going to happen is we're going to take the momentum that we celebrate in Orlando and we go into the summer with, and we're going to be already forecasting our growth for the fall conference. So as soon as we're in Orlando, they're going to announce next conference, right? And this whole organization that, is like got the foot on the gas pedal and has those big aspirations, they're going to be registering or marking in their calendar, pre-registering for the next conference, because once you've lifted the lid in your organization and got that kind of growth, new rank advancements, new promotions, that cohesion that happens at a national conference that we're going to really, really accentuate in Orlando and Vancouver, then the goal is to take that and grow the lid, lift the lid even higher, and bring more people up the ranks to the next conference. And you guys, I don't know, there's no secret. That's just how I've always built my businesses. I've built my businesses on what's the company offering, okay? The trips, the trips, make it a standard. Let's find how many people in this organization want to earn the Modere Escape or the experiences. And then we get the conferences locked down, locked and loaded. We put fantastic events out there to help drive interest and desirability to be there. But mark my words, the group that goes to Vancouver and Orlando and commits to the fall will be the group that has the greatest growth momentum by the end of 2018. And that's just how I've always built my business, is it's cycles and it's knowing how to ride the waves. You have to surf the seasons in network marketing. And why I chose Modere, and I'm going to wrap it up, is because I've had time and I've had experience to see what else is out there. And for me, I want legacy. I want to be that, sequoia tree planted in the California forest that is 100 years old, that has roots so deep that the biggest storm can't move that tree. And in order for me to know that I can be that sequoia one day in the industry, I have to know that there's a foundation that is right. It's just, it's the math adds up. It's fair. It's excuse me, my Canadian friends, but it's the American dream. It's having great core products that you believe in, that make you feel good, look good, the health of your family, that there's value, there's uniqueness. There, in some cases, there is outright, we have exclusivity, like in the BioCell, like you just can't get that anywhere else. And then you bring it to market at a fair value, but the consumers just can't get enough of it. The consumers want what you have. And we have proven at Modere, that's what we do. That is our strength and our core identity of who we are. And I believe if that foundation is strong, then we have an opportunity to create an even stronger, more successful, stable future in this space. And that's why I came to Modere. And that's why in wrapping up this call, I'm just so grateful that Asma sees the very same thing. She has a proven track record. I can't tell you how many companies I've seen CEOs be brought to the table who've never been in the industry before. That's a scary ride. I mean, she has experience you've heard her accolades in the beginning. I am so much more confident right now knowing that, she has her priorities right to make sure that's foundation. We do things exceptionally well where it matters most. And then the field leaders like us can build upon that and create just a dynamic future for the Saras of the world, for the business builder out there in other network marketing direct sales companies looking for good, solid homes. And I think my sweet spot, if you saw my Facebook Live today, it really is stay-at-home mommies. That's my sweet spot. that's my heart blood of why I do this business. And I'll just wrap it with this. I said on my Facebook Live, I sometimes have to pinch myself, because I absolutely live like a stay-at-home mommy with not a care in the world. Well, that's not true, because I have 3 teenagers, so I have a lot of cares in the world. But as far as I don't have to go into a job, I don't have to be in the 9 to 5, I don't have to commute. I'm home. I design my day 24/7. I work when I want, as long as I want, with whom I want. I take the day off if I want. I spend time with my family, my husband. I live that life, but I'm compensated like a top CEO of any reputable business, to the tune of 1% of the top world income earners is what my income is. But I live the life of Riley as a stay-at-home mommy. And it blows my mind that I have to find a way to share that story more without overinflating, because that's the beauty of what we have. And that's what you heard Asma say. We're bringing out more tools that more people can duplicate the path that not only I have taken, but Tracy's taken, Janine has taken, Casey, Kristen, Stacy, oh my gosh, there's just tons of you, that we can duplicate that. I want to see people who come into this company for the very first time, never have been in a direct sales situation before, and see the drivers and see the abundance and see the joy that being in control of your own destiny and sharing good products and an opportunity with other people can fulfill a career path where they can go to the top of Modere without a prior story. Okay, that intrinsic story of we have all those building blocks, we have the drivers, we have the mentorship, we know with the Zaleckis and we have the mentorship here in Modere, but we need that duplication tool. So imagine how you guys are going to take off when we combine some of the tools that are coming to market in just a few weeks, as well as you really heed my advice on being at the event. Pick one, whether it's Orlando at Vancouver, and then already in your mind say, I will be at the fall event. I will be at the fall event. We combine that together, and you guys really, we will be the talk of the industry, and you guys will be sharing your story from the stage and inspiring others like I hope I have done tonight. So again, Sara, you're a sweetheart. I'm proud of you. And Tracy, thank you for this gorgeous opportunity to hear from Asma and to talk to this amazing group of entrepreneurs. I adore you guys. I'll see you in Vancouver in a few weeks.
Thank you so much, Anna. You just have such a beautiful way of pulling everything together, and you know, everything you just said just spoke to me. You're so right about the cycles, and I never really thought of it that way, right? It's just, you know, right now, what's part of the cycle are we in right now, and what can we work on? It doesn't have to be the same thing day after day after day, week after week, month after month. We have something new and different energy coming at us, and really at the April conferences, regionals, you know, that's when, especially for you Canadians, I mean, we're gonna have the new catalog, we're gonna have new systems. You know, Asma and Anna both touched on these new tools and systems that we're going to have available to us. And just so you know, I had the privilege, some of you know this already, of spending the last 3-4 days with Justin Prince and Janine Sklaruk up in Alberta. And you know, many of you were there. Many of you got snowed in and couldn't make it. Some of you, like Stacy, drove 8 hours or whatever to get there. You know, and others like Lorena sent her prospects there for us to work with, and we actually got them enrolled. And so anyway, it was a very successful event. But what I want to say about that is that he did some training on some of the things that we have coming up, and they're just kind of little. The training isn't completely there yet, but how do you teach somebody to make $1,000 a month in this industry, right? So he talked a little bit about that, and if you weren't able to attend that, just know that those trainings were posted on, let's see, the opportunity was posted on Social Retail Live, and the training portion was posted on One Voice. So I would find those probably for the March 4th Edmonton events, and go watch those so that you know, get a little bit more excited, have get some more clues about what's coming up. And then in the fall, we're going to have these product launches with all the tools. Was everybody excited about that? I mean, the tools along with the product and the build up so that we can just run and take off with that when it launches. I mean, this fall is going to be amazing. So, and in case you didn't see my Facebook post today, just to bring a little humor into the situation, I slipped and fell right on my, right in front of Justin Prince and the ice this weekend. He had to scrape me off the floor and help me to a little couch in the lobby. And anyway, it was very embarrassing. And then he spent the rest of the weekend with my arm through his, so I didn't fall again. He's such a gentleman. Anyway, to spend time like that with somebody like Justin is just something that, you just, it'll change you forever. So anyway, make sure you get to those events, spend the time with the leaders that can inspire you, motivate you, teach you. And let's see, what else? Yeah, and just the ride that we're on, you guys. And, Justin talks about this too. We see this as kind of a roller coaster, up and down, up and down. But as you do this, you work your way up and up and up as long as you don't get off. You just can't get off that roller coaster. So buckle up and be committed, right? And stay on that roller coaster and go for the ride and keep working through the dips and climb those mountains. And pretty soon, you give it the time and the commitment. We've got these duplicatable tools coming up and more products. You're going to find yourself right at the top. So anyway, I'm just excited for all of us. I love that you all are committed to getting on these calls. Thank you so much for your continued commitment to this team and to your businesses, to your families, and to this company. And we'll see you again next Tuesday. Something else, Anna?
Yeah. One last sneak peek. Tomorrow, we're going live in Social Retail. How many of you saw the opportunity presentation last Wednesday? It was at 6 o'clock Pacific, and it was with John Melton, Amber Duluth, Cedric Harris. How many of you guys saw that? Well, if you didn't see it, we're doing one tomorrow night, and this is going to be myself, Elite 3, Lisa Cox, Elite 2, Donna Marilyn Creek, and Elite Brianna Michael. And so it's the Dream Team. This is just a quartet of the Dream Team. It'll be live, 6 o'clock Pacific, 9 o'clock Eastern, tomorrow night in the Social Retail Live. So any prospects, any friends, any fence sitters, even people who haven't really started their business yet, we're not going to do a flip chart presentation. We're going to tell stories. We're going to share stories and share our vision. And it should be a very, very entertaining hour, maybe 45 minutes. But I'm telling you, at social retail, that space and being able to showcase people and stories, success stories to the average person where we can all relate to each other is a magnificent tool. So tomorrow night is our team. I hope you guys will join me at 6 o'clock Pacific time. I will post the flyer tomorrow.
Oh, good. Awesome. Thank you for the heads up on that. And since you brought that up, let's not forget that we still have 4 more events in Canada on the Ignite Tour. All right. So the 17th and 18th will be Vancouver and Kamloops. And then the following weekend, I think it's the 24th and 25th, will be Saskatoon, Winnipeg. So keep promoting into those. We'll have more flyers posted that you can share with people on the Everyday Clean Living page. All right, you guys. Thanks again. And we'll see you all next Tuesday.